Well, it says here I have to talk to our friend Allen, who's over in Maryland right now, about today's theme. Let's see, Allen, you on the line?
Yeah. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Allen. I have to ask you, I'm kind of baffled. Why do we have to talk to you? What is the reason to bring you on the show?
You're asking me why you have to?
Yeah, I always get this little memo that says talk to Allen at this time.
I'm not sure who that's coming from, but they sound like a smart person.
Well, it's coming from the top.
Oh, naturally. Well, of course, Gary, the reason why I'm on your show is to sort out all the BS. I mean, your show's so full of nonsense that somebody's got to be there to basically do quality control.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, the voice of reason. I'm speaking to the over 60 demographic, the people who aren't as down with random humor. That's totally random and weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and random.
Well, so what's been the BS about rubber so far on this show?
The guests you had before me were obviously lying goofballs who were just making jokes and fun and didn't even talk about the true, strange reality of rubber.
Well, then that's your job, then, I guess. You can tell us about the true, strange reality of rubber.
I mean, you know what rubber is, right, Gary?
Well, I'm doing a show about it, of course. It's a substance made from latex that it grows inside of rubber trees that's tapped by humans and raised in big...
We tap it, just like maple syrup. We put a little spike in the heart of the plant and just let it come out. So we're talking about latex rubber in general. That's like natural rubber. When it comes out as like that milky emulsion, it's basically like tree milk. It's like a defense mechanism for the tree. Like you can think of it like blood, essentially, because it's meant to go to gashes in the tree and coagulate it and protect it both physically and chemically, in a sense, from outside bacteria and things that would want to hurt the tree. You know, the heartwood of the tree is the most vulnerable part, which is when, I mean, the bark is essentially equivalent to human skin. It's the barrier between the tree and the outside world. And one of the beautiful things about trees is that they exist purely outside and they constantly weather the world and they don't get to hide. In fact, they don't even get to move. So they got to be strong is my point. And their bark is their outside and the heartwood is basically it's like the inside of you. And it has that increased proclivity to being infected or corrupted by things. So the sap, the latex rather, acts as basically coagulated blood and then a scab or something like that. This is all to say that we basically put dried tree's blood on our wanks, you know? It's brutal, man. We're literally siphoning off this life form's like defense mechanism and we're hardening it ourselves and then we're putting it on our wangs.
It's an interesting thought, but of course rubber tree plantations, just like maple tree farms, they don't kill the trees to get the sap or the latex out. They keep them alive.
Well, no, it's like a cow that's locked in a stable. You want to keep it alive so you can keep squeezing that sweet milk out of it.
It's a weird equivalence, Alan. Trees are trees and cows are mammals. Trees don't have brains or feelings.
I don't put milk on my wang, Gary.
Perhaps you should try. Let me ask you this. Do you know for a fact that it is tree rubber and not synthetic rubber that they use in condoms?
It's latex rubber, and latex rubber is rubber from trees. You know, the latex has all different sorts of stuff. It's not just polymer components that are inert. It has enzymes and proteins and all sorts of stuff. It's a complete cocktail. Rosins, like rosin that you put on a bow. It's got all sorts of junk.
It's fascinating. Why do you know so much about condoms, can I ask?
I love them.
It is interesting that of all the conversations and songs I've played, you're the first person to mention rubber related to condoms, the colloquial rubbers. So maybe that's your role, to point out that we haven't talked about some things that we should have talked about.
What's the difference, really?
Well, I or my guests, you know, when we talk or play music, we might leave something out. Subjects are sometimes too broad to be covered in 2 hours. I guess I'm just saying that self-help radio is not supposed to be comprehensive.
Or comprehensible.
No, you're just being mean.
Touchy.
Do you feel as though you've made your point, though? Can we now continue with the music?
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I play songs, and in between the songs, we have conversations with people like this one.
Oh, so the songs are like the breaks from the talking to people.
Or the conversations are the breaks between the songs.
Either way, those are the breaks. Can we go?
Yes, of course, we can. Self-Help Radio's self-appointed voice of reason, Allen Shariaty, thanks for talking to us tonight.
Bienvenidos. Is that how you pronounce it?